You want me to say my side?
But I would rather be stabbed in the front than stabbed in the back, personally.
I'm trying. She's feeling playing tough.
SECRETARY? Secretary? Did that right?
I don't know. Repeat it.
I think I did that right. So yeah, coming into today, I actually pulled Spencer aside and just asked him like, hey, are we friends? Because I thought we were friends. And then post the show, I saw online some things that were kind of liked by other castmates that were pretty derogatory towards Sean and myself. So kind of had to squash that with him, but we're on good terms and he explained himself. So I feel like that's all good and yeah, we're in a good place. But I definitely think there were some questions we both had for people, right?
I mean, I didn't feel like I was like great with anyone or like necessarily bad with anyone. You know, I don't think I walked away with like Paradise with like a bunch of like strong friendships where like I'm calling them all the time and talking to them. So I kind of expected just to be like, you know, everyone's cordial, but you know, no one really, I don't think the only person that ever reached out to me throughout the entire season was like Jeremy and Bailey. And obviously Allyshia, but like those were the only people that like ever reached out after we got done filming. So kind of felt like they were my friends and they are, but everyone else was, you know, it's kind of what I expected. You want me to say my side?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll go. No, I think we, like when we walked away from Paradise, I was so excited about us and our relationship, and you know, I couldn't have been more excited to go back to Tampa and like try it in the real world. And ultimately, you know, I think that we ended up living in different cities after the fact, and Allyshia had opportunities out here in LA for her career, and like I want her to take advantage of the opportunities she gets in life. And when we try to do distance, it just was the thing where like we're both at a point in our lives where I think we really appreciate like the little small details in a relationship, like the time where we're cooking dinner together and like hanging out on the couch. And without those small moments, and not really on my side being able to move out to LA right away, it was just one of those things where it wasn't working. It wasn't going to work long term, being that far apart, and we're not going to like fake it for a television show. You know, we want to do what's best for each other. We still have a lot of love for each other, but just didn't work out, and that's that.
Yeah, that's really when things we started seeing that it wasn't going to be as easy as it was in Paradise, was when, you know, we had left Paradise together, we went back to Tampa, and we continued to do what we were doing in Paradise, which is be in secret and have dinner and sleep over and spend time together. So we didn't really get an opportunity to go out in the real world. And then once the distance presented itself, that's when it was very difficult for both of us to, I think, give what we want to give to our future partner. And I think we're both very much at the point of our lives we're looking for something serious, and that's what we want. And the same way that I don't expect Sean to sacrifice his goals and dreams, he's on the same page where he's not going to ask me to do the same for him. So right now we're both focused on what's best for ourselves, and we really love and care about each other.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me. It doesn't really bother me, to be honest. I think that's just like, it comes, if Mother Teresa had an Instagram today, I think her DMs would be filled with some crazy things. So I don't take it to heart. I think you could be the juiciest peach in the world, and there's going to be someone who doesn't like peaches. So I think if you're going to go on reality TV and be in a position where you're putting yourself out there, it kind of comes with that territory, and you have to be prepared for that. So yeah, it's something that comes with what we've done, but I think it's not personal. Everybody's getting it, and you just kind of have to look away and turn blinders to the really hateful comments that you get.
Yeah, I think I laugh at it, honestly. It's like if someone wants to search me out on Instagram that doesn't even follow me and send me a DM, like it's pretty hilarious. And we've been supportive of each other throughout this entire time, like making sure we're good. I like have a background where like I have pretty thick skin, and it's tough to like, you know, really hurt me with words. So I just laugh. Like my phone was going off constantly at reunion, just like DM after DM after DM. But it's like it's a TV show. Like it's meant to entertain you guys. Hopefully you had fun watching this. Like it's really not that deep. It's not that serious. So I've been able to, you know, navigate it the best I can, and I like to make a joke out of it. So
it's also like when you know the truth and you know who you are and you know what transpired. Like I go to bed at night pretty easily, and I think we both like come from that same point of view where we're like, we were there, we lived it, we know what happened, so we're okay with how it all unfolded.
I think what most people, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, like most people are like, you shouldn't have done it in like a public setting like that. And my response to that is like, we're on a television show. If I did it in private, it's still gonna be public. I didn't want to have to go around to every little person and have this conversation. I also like am not afraid to like stand on business and say like what I want in front of a group. So I felt like, yeah, it might have been a little bit jarring for some people, but at the end of the day, like there was, I don't know, 16 couples there. It was going to be viewed by the entire audience outside of it, like on TV. So it doesn't really matter if it's in a private or public setting. Like that's kind of the way I wanted to go about it. And like, yeah, like if you had a problem with like how I did it, that's fine. But like no one should have a problem with like what I was saying, because like that was like the point of it. And like at the end of the day, if we're competing for $500,000, I just wanted to make sure that like who I thought in the moment, like Justin Spencer, obviously engaged, great couple. Like I thought they had a deserving of that money. So that's kind of where it came down to.
Yeah, I think Sean and I are very like direct and honest people, and just will say it how it is. And I think for some people that can be a little bit jarring, but I would rather be stabbed in the front than stabbed in the back personally. And I think looking back, I wouldn't do anything differently, because it was a message that we had for all of our castmates at that point to hear. And even though some people might find it a hot take, I would rather be honest and upfront with information than be on the other side of history and be somebody who withholds something that probably should have been brought to light a lot earlier. So as far as Kat and I, we have reconciled, and I think we have both agreed to start our relationship off on a fresh start post-Paradise, kind of let the past be the past, and both have come from a place of understanding and humility. So from here on out, I've said I will not be saying anything negative about Kat, and that's where I stand by. So yeah, Kat and I are on good terms.
Yeah, I think that like for me in particular, it's like I don't have any resentment towards her any longer. I was obviously felt really betrayed in the moment, and like what people don't see is like 2 years of like me coming to her defense constantly. So you don't see that in, you know, a quick brief episode of Bachelor in Paradise, but like what I felt was like the one moment she could have returned the favor, she didn't. But at the end of the day, it's like that's water on the bridge for us now. And I think if we had, I don't know, more conversations when we were at Paradise about what was going on, I think it would have been a lot different of a situation and how it panned out. But ultimately, like, yeah, I think we're moving forward. Like the past is the past, and like we can move forward. I wish her and Dale the best. I wish her the best. It's like I don't really have any more hatred. I'm trying. She's feeling playing tough.
I am focusing on work. I have another opportunity coming up pretty shortly that I will be starting to take pretty seriously, and it has to do with interior design, which is what my background's in. So I'm really excited for that, and we'll see where that takes me.
Yeah, I started a new job back in August, so we're running a sales team for an AI company, which has been really demanding with my schedule. So I've been traveling all over the country, really busy with that, head down, trying to grow that sales team and what we're doing. But yeah, I feel like I'm excited to get back to like normal in a way. So it's nice to get away from, you know, the spotlight for a little bit and just try to live my life. And, you know, I think we'll always be there for one another, and our paths will definitely cross whenever we're in the same state or town, wherever it's going to be. But yeah, just busy with our careers and trying to achieve our goals.